Travel, party hard, blackout, try shit, get a girl, get fired, be ghosted, be rejected, bungee jump, dance in the rain, go camping, date a MILF, get a tattoo, see the ocean, go to a festival, go blinding, become a millionaire, buy a Bugatti. Bro, what else? What else do I have to do in my 20s in order for the society and everyone on this planet to consider me a successful 20-something-year-old? There's so many options to live life. There's so many ways to make this life a wonderful adventure. I mean, I don't know about you, but to me at some point the list has gotten a little bit too long and overwhelming, and I do want to make the most out of my 20s, but I think the things that I would definitely regret not doing in my 20s are very few. So I'd like to narrow it down just for the sake of simplicity. So these are the top 3 things that I would regret not doing in my 20s. And number 1 is f***ing up. If there's one thing that's given, that's 100% sure will happen in your life, is failure. You will 100% fail at something that you're going to try. And I'd rather do it now in my 20s when I have no obligations, when I can basically start from scratch any given year, when even when I'm feeling behind, I'm so far ahead. I'd like this to be the time for me to fuck things up. Now, the only way to prevent failure is to actually do nothing, which I think is the biggest failure of them all. So take those risks. What the hell is going on? This is the time to be as little risk averse as you will ever be in your life. And this is very difficult for me personally because I am just a super risk averse person. So actually putting myself out there, taking these risks, going on trips that I know nothing about, doing things that most people would consider crazy or unreasonable, this is the time to do that. And even if everything goes to shit, even if every worst case scenario happens, you'll still be like, what, 23? That's still a kid. You still have lots of time to figure things out properly. And I think this is the time to take these risks and to fail miserably, to fall front, to not have anything to fall back on. Because to be fair, you always do in your 20s. You can still always go back home and you can still do things that other people would not be able to. Older people would not be able to. Number 2, experiment, and experiment a lot. For the longest time, I had this dream, this goal actually, to become a millionaire by 25. I don't know if it will happen, but I don't think that's a goal of mine anymore. Not because I don't want to become a millionaire, of course I do. But I think this decade, the 20s, is for trying a lot of different things and seeing what makes you obsess the most. Find that obsession and then pursue it. Pursue it for as long as humanly possible. Try everything, both the luxury lifestyle and the super thrifty one, and see what do you want from this life. What lifestyle do you want to live? Do you actually enjoy being rich? Most people do, but some people don't. For some, having a passive income of like $3,000 a month is the best luxury of the world because they don't have to worry about anything. So start that business and grind for 12 hours a day, but also go backpacking and not worry about money for a whole half a year or whatever you want. Because this will give you the full picture and this will allow you to see what you really value in life. And to be fair, the sooner you figure this out, the easier it will be for you to get a head start over the others. So experiment a lot as soon as humanly possible. And number 3, which is kind of an event of the former 2, is get obsessed. Find something in your life that you don't have to force yourself to do, you have to force yourself to stop doing. Something that is potentially monetizable, something that you can make a living out of, but something that you just cannot stop thinking day and night. For me, and I think I finally found that obsession, it's filmmaking. If I don't make something every single day, I feel like I'm about to explode. I want to become the best filmmaker that I possibly can, and that is my current obsession. It might change in a couple of years, but I don't think it will because I've already had so many different passions that faded away, but this one is something that it just sticks. Find something that you cannot stop thinking about, cannot stop doing, and then commit yourself to that. Commit yourself to mastering that craft and becoming the top of the game, because that will definitely bring success. If you are the best of the best, trust me, people will notice and it will all pay off. So yeah, of course, there is a lot of other things that you should be doing in your 20s. And my biggest piece of advice is just to make use of them as much as you possibly can. And don't think that either side of the spectrum that I mentioned, grinding for 12 hours or doing nothing because you're backpacking, don't think that either one of these routes is the route to go. Try both. Try everything, because ultimately that's the only way that you will find out what you actually enjoy, what you actually value. And man, don't stress about it, because at the end of the day, it's the most carefree time of our lives apart from childhood. After that, once you get a family, once you get kids, you got to be more responsible. You got to think more about the consequences of your actions. But here, I mean, come on, what do you have to lose? By the way, if you're wondering where I am, I'm in the wonderful Terceira Island on Azores. And I'm here all by myself on my first ever fully solo trip. And that's also something that I encourage you to do. If all of the things that you want to try, want to do, you don't have anyone to do them with, just do it yourself. And maybe the right people you'll find along the way. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little change of format into me just yapping. If you enjoyed, hit the like button, and if you want to stick around for more highly produced content, then maybe try notificating, subscribing, or whatever the hell you're supposed to be doing these days. Yeah, thanks for watching, have fun, and I'll see you down the river. Ciao.